Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. So I've been asked to build a puzzle, and I'll show you what that final puzzle looks like. And it's designed to capture a golf ball. So it looked like an interesting, fun little project to do, something I should be able to knock out fairly quickly here in the shop. I've already pre-milled a little bit of lumber. So let's move over to the router table, and I'll show you how we're going to build the puzzle. Okay, so this first part calls for a 3/4 inch groove, which I have a 3/4 inch router bit in my table set up. It's 3/8 of an inch deep, and it's a 1/2 inch from my fence. So I'm going to route the groove on this side, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to route the groove on the other side, and that'll give me two of the 3 notches that I need for this one part. And I have to make a total of 12 of these, or 10 of these parts, which is why I've chosen a longboard, so that I can batch this out. I can set it up for this one, and then I can make my cuts, which only leaves me 1 cut to make on a small part instead of 3 cuts on a small part. Okay, and the second part to this puzzle requires the same cuts to start with. So I just prepped one more board, and so we'll have lots of leftover. Maybe we can make a couple of these. Okay, next up, all we have to do is cut this into strips that are exactly the same width as our material. So I've set up my crosscut sled, and I've set that distance to be the thickness of the wood. Now, I don't normally like to do it this way because it could potentially leave the piece trapped between my stop block and the blade. So because of that, I'm going to push these all the way through and then remove the piece and then pull the sled back. So it's just going to be safer to do it that way. So let's batch all these out. Okay, so next up, we have to get the little side groove in it. And this was a test piece that I had. And I created this little jig. Because I'm going to be doing a lot of these, this 2-minute jig is going to just make my repeatability really nice and make it a lot safer around a spinning bit. So, my pieces go in just like this, and they fit right in. And I don't clamp this down because if I do, it'll lift off the table, and that's not what I want. But it just becomes my extra fingers for moving through the bit. Just like that, rinse and repeat. Got, I'm going to do, you need 12 for a puzzle. I'm going to do about 36 or 24 of them at least. Okay, so now I need 2 more that go the opposite direction of this. So my groove becomes on this side. So again, I can use the same jig. I just have to orient my piece in the jig the opposite direction to get that. Okay, so there you go, guys. The puzzle's all together, the ball is inside, and yes, it does all come apart, but I'm not going to be the spoiler here, and I'll leave a link to the solve down below if you need help solving the puzzle. So until next time, take care, guys.